Hey guys, I'm back with another drawing video. This time it's Nightcrawler. Yay! I was aiming for something similar to Gambit, which is probably why if you've seen Gambit and you see this picture, you're like, whoa, it looks the same or similar, and yeah, that was on purpose, trying to get, I don't know. I was thinking of doing like a series of them, but I changed my mind. I don't really feel like it anymore. But back when I started this back when I first finished Gambit, and then somebody was like, hey, you should do Nightcrawler, and I was like, hey, that's a really good idea. So I did. And yeah, so I guess I'll talk a little bit about my process. And if you noticed, I started out with a backdrop of purples, and that's just helped me get a feeling for the picture and the theme, and he's kind of a blue dude, so I figured purple was a good match. And as you probably already noticed, I struggled a lot with the arms and his mouth, and like I wanted to it was difficult to figure out a pose for his arms that would not look weird or awkward or forced. So eventually I was like, just forget it, I'll have them go off of the screen and just deal with that, and that's good enough. I didn't want to deal with it. It's too complicated. That's why I put it off for so long. But anyway, it's done now. So what I'm doing now is, after the flat colors, just adding some base shading, just trying to work out how my light source is working, which I kind of had it above and a bit angled at him, which was the idea, but I'm not sure if I conveyed that too graciously. But anyway, so I start out with just using what am I using? A marker, I think. And yeah, it's kind of a blendish brush where it's slightly transparent and slightly smooth, so it works a little bit nice for blending. But yeah, then when I really want to get things smooth, I just use the water tool, and that works to really help smooth things out. But yeah. And working on the nose, because the nose was actually very tricky, as was many things in this picture. And the arms are so bare and boring. You'll see with the finished picture, if you've seen it already, the most of the focus on the picture is like the face. But yeah, and as you could tell just then, I had to move the shoulder and the arm because it looked dislocated and weird, and it's better after I fixed it. Anyway, so I periodically add more and more highlights to his face as time goes on, just because the values, there's not a lot of contrast when I started it. And to check your values, what you do is you open a program that can change the color to black and white. And if the things look muted and fairly similar throughout, then you don't have a lot of contrast, which, depending on your drawing, could be bad, which for this drawing it's bad. So I kept adding in more and more highlights to try and fix up the contrast. So yeah. And then just me trying to clean up a little bit. And then the abs. Oh goodness, the abs. I cannot for the life of me draw abs. I think I looked at 5 million pictures of dudes' torsos to try and figure it out. And for the teeth, I was just like, whatever. I don't feel like messing with this. There ain't no time for that. So, oh my gosh. I had so many references out, and I was drawing so many abs, just trying to figure it out. And because Gambit, his torso and abdomen did not turn out well, so I was trying to improve and do better. And I'm not so sure. I mean, I think it's better than Gambit, but it's still not where I want it to be, so it just means more practice, obviously. The idea was to have the red part of his suit be just as tight as the black part, so I was trying to have it wrap around his muscles and torso and such, and it didn't look like that for the longest time, but then I fixed some things up in the end and it looked a bit better. But I ended up covering it up anyway with, you'll see, I'll get there. But Anyway, hair was very lazy, and I don't think I like it as much as I did with Gambit's hair. But whatever. A lot of this picture had some lazy moments. And yeah. So more highlights on the face because contrast, and then back to the torso. Yay. Oh man, I had Alex look at my picture and be like, tell me what to do, tell me how to fix this. And we were both looking at pictures of abdomens and trying to figure out what to do. So he helped me a lot more towards the end. Right now it's still just me screaming at myself trying to figure it out. But yeah. So more blending, more shading, and cleaning up, lots of cleaning up. This is what happens when you start drawing with just blobs of messiness and you want a fairly clean picture. There's a lot that you have to go back and fix and make smooth and clean. And yeah. So then here's me trying to like add more details to the abdomen and to the suit. Try and make it look like the red is like slightly raised above the black part. I don't know if I managed that, but meh. I'm tired of working on this picture. But anyway, yeah, see, I tried to do it on that side too, with making it look a bit raised and like wrapping around, but then it looked weird, so then I tried doing it outside instead of curving in, and I think that looked a bit better, but I don't know. I probably could have done a lot better with the values of this piece, but as time went on, I just didn't want to work on it anymore. And that happens, and that's okay. It's called do better next time in the next picture. But I learned a lot, and I had fun, and that's all that matters. So yeah, here comes the swooshy of the whatever the stuff is. I don't really know what it is, but it's the smoky stuff. And I had ideas of how I wanted to do it, and this wasn't how I wanted to do it initially, but whatever. It works, and it's good enough. And you'll notice I made the background more red eventually, and that was actually an idea from a friend of mine who thought that it would work well to have the red go with the red of his suit. So the background's fairly red because of that, for balance and such. And yeah, Photoshop just for some little touch-ups that Sai can't do. And I think that's it. Just color fixing because I didn't like the red of the suit. Value checking, if you notice that. It's more swoosh, and it's done! Yay! I hope you enjoyed watching and listening to my super fun commentary. Oh yeah. And that's it. I hope you liked it. Feel free to, I don't know, tell me who your favorite X-Men superhero is. And yeah, talk to you guys later. Thanks for watching. Bye.